The people reacted normal, like people react on something new. I was, in the beginning, I was really afraid to say what I'm really doing and what will I do, because I was the member of a really big club, horse club, with hippodrome, and I think there is 100 people there every day, and I was the only one doing something different, and I was the only one saying that the horse is always right, and I was doing things for them. I think it was really not in their eyes what I was doing, because I have released my horse and leading him only on cordia through whole hippodrome. And that was, I think, really weird to them. They thought that I was not myself anymore. And it was really hard, because when people saw that I'm doing things like my horse is standing in the front of me, and I was swinging my long whip around him, and the horse was just standing like, and people, when they saw that, they was asking, why? What is that important? And they aren't getting it. I think that not matter how hard I tried to explain to them, the whip was always for them just to beat the horse, and it was kind of place where you couldn't stand alone, and I had to move from that place to be alone. And I wasn't doing any damage to any one of them, those people in the club, but they were seeing me like, I think they were seeing me like a threat, because they sometimes felt guilty. And I had to find a place where I could be alone with my horse, because later, as time was going by, I saw wounds on my horse in that hippodrome, and I have catch few people beating my horse.
Well, my mother always and my family have difficulties with my being different, because I've always been a bit different and doing different things than they do. And with this, they thought, okay, that's a phase, and well, she will do that maybe for a month, and then she will start to ride again. At that time, I believed I will ride after a year. So I also said to my mother, yeah, well, I will ride again, not with a horse or a bit, but I will ride again. It was just like, okay, well, then she just needs time, but she will be normal again. We just have to wait a little. And yeah, well, of course, then every time you come there, it's the question, do you ride again? Have you ridden your horse again? No, I've not ridden. When are you going to do that? Well, yeah, first you say in summer, and then you say, well, maybe next year. And one day I said, yeah, well, I think I won't ride again. And they said, you won't ride again? I said, no, I think they are happy like this. And now, well, we don't really talk about it anymore, because I think they are afraid to realize they are punishing their horses, and they don't want to know that. So, yeah, well, when I'm there and they're riding or talking about their riding and competition, I just try to ignore it and try to go to another theme. But, well, I think that's more hard for me when they are talking about it and they don't really think about it, what they do to their, or don't want to think about what they do to their horses. And, well, in further surroundings, yeah, of course, you know, a lot of horse people everywhere, so you talk about it. And there are many people who will say, yeah, well, you're right, but I can't give up riding. And, well, then I think, yeah, maybe it's just only about human in this whole thing. It's only about human pleasure, and it's just about, or with competition, it's like making money. Because one of my teachers is also a writer, and she writes competitions, well, I think almost every week. And she said, yeah, well, if I can't write competitions, I won't have horses, I will sell them. That made me realize that most people say, well, they like horses or they love horses, but it's not true love. It's only because of the things horses do and not because of the being. Well, the thing is that you just start to think, and if you start to think, then suddenly you get ideas like, well, did they ever like it to be written because they have always come to me, but did they do it just because to do me a favor and not because they like it themselves? And yeah, you start to think about everything, like why should I ride a horse? Why a horse doesn't need that? And I started to realize with Bashir, the stallion, well, I let him the choice, and after a few days he started to realize, okay, I have a choice, so he just walked away. And I didn't really accept it in that moment, and I walked behind him, and he kicked me. And then it was like, oh, okay, he has an opinion, and probably I have to listen to that. And well, the difficult thing then is that he starts to ignore you or not react to you and not coming to you, although he has done it always before. He has just put his head into the halter without any problems, and he came with me without pulling the rope. And yeah, you start to think, why have I done that, and why shouldn't I let him have his own opinion, and why do I want him to have a relationship with me? He needs to have the free choice for that relationship. It needs to come from both sides and not just me because I like the horse. He needs to have a relationship with me.
Well, the reactions were pretty mixed. There were many people who were simply ignorant, they just didn't care. Others then said, oh my God, you will hurt yourself and you are stupid, and why do you waste your things on such things? Why? I actually like the reaction mostly of my father, because he was like, he thought I am crazy, but he said, okay, if he wants to learn, then let him learn and we will see what happens. And when he saw that it works, and it works better, then he started to follow. And it also happened with many others. There were some people who first said I'm completely stupid, and a few months later, as they saw the results, they said, okay, how you do that? But most people stayed completely ignorant, so that is the vast majority who just looked and like nothing happened.
People always react surprised and suspicious when someone goes against traditional way. Against way, it was always like that. It has ever been like that. I think people need some time to develop. It goes in this issue with horses very slowly, but it goes in the right direction. So I think it is only a matter of time. More and more people get educated about this issue. We are doing our best to spread with this knowledge, and it is only a matter of time and development. But the world is developing anyway.